Forward.
Thank you, Minister. Welcome to the House. So I'd just like to briefly support the general comments that have been made by Senators Van Turnhout and O'Clougherty. I think the bill is a major step forward. I think it's very positive that we're bringing forward this legislation to give people a second chance and ensure that people aren't left with lifetime with its minor offence hanging over them and making it difficult for them to get access to employment. But I have to say, I think some very good points have been raised in relation to whether we are even at that, and that it is very progressive, are getting the balance right. And I think it's important that we take the opportunity maybe to learn from the English system that's been there, as Senator Van Turnhout said, a lot longer, and just to make sure that we have that balance right. I know that certainly under some of the legislation, things like the Criminal Justice Act 99, Section 15, provides for very severe penalties for possession of drugs. So I think it's quite unfair if somebody, when they're young, when they're in their late teens or early 20s, ends up with a drugs charge, but then actually goes on and turns their life around. And I've know people who've gone to great lengths, and there's excellent rehabilitation programs. In my own area, I've presented certs last year in a program called Laneview in Darndale, where they have people who've spent serious time in prison, who got in trouble with drugs and their life spiralled out of control, but have taken that step to get back and make the effort to actually turn their lives around and to do education programs and to get bits of work experience and that, and to actually kind of build a better life for themselves and for their families. And I'd agree with the sentiment that I think it's better for all of us. I think it's safer for society as a whole if we support people and give them that opportunity at rehabilitation and at a second chance. And I do have that worry still that if somebody does end up in prison with something like a drugs offence, but turns their life around, is able to prove that they haven't been in trouble for a long time, but still falls foul of this legislation because of the 12-month limit. I suppose I would just raise the same issue that has been, and just would look for your guidance on that and your response to whether you genuinely feel that the balance is right, or whether perhaps I personally would think that the 2-year amendment, I'm not quite sure about 4, but I think 2 years seems very reasonable, and I think the statistics that Senator Van Turnhout has put forward to support that proposition sound very reasonable to me. So I'd like to hear your response on that. Thank you.